So, my coronavirus field journal. So, I'll show you how you can interact with it. Um, First things first, my name, my town over here, and this blank image. So, my name, it's helpful if you can spell your own name. And then my town. Now, both my name and my town were bigger than the text boxes that I had here, so I'm just going to click on both of them. I'm going to hold Shift to highlight both at the same time, and then I can kind of move them over. And I'm using the arrow keys to tab along. There we go. Now we're going to replace this placeholder image. Right click and scroll down to replace image. And I'm going to replace the image with my camera. Click allow. There I am. I think that's a great image. Alright, so my coronavirus field journal. Steve Benora in Runnymede. Alright, who am I? Favorite color. Right, so over here, rather than type my favorite color, I'm going to click on that box. I'm going to go to the fill bucket, and I'm going to put this nice little green in. I don't know if you could tell that by the way I use this nice green background over here. My teacher is Mrs. Awesome. When I grow up, I want to be. We're going to use the same replace image trick here. And this time we're going to search the web for a fire. There he is. Alright. Now, I would also probably replace this picture of Mrs. Awesome with, someone else. Um, Pets I have / want. Same thing. Replace image. Search the web. Dog. I could have been more specific, but that's fine. And I absolutely want replace an image. Again, search the web. Chickens. Because I don't know if you're aware, they produce eggs. Alright, so here we go, look. And then I can keep going around the circle. Books I've read. I can just put Harry Potter here. But now when I do that, notice that that little book image kind of gets in the way, so I can delete that image if I don't like it anymore. And then I can pull this triangle over a little bit if I have to. Now that's layered still nice over here, so that's good. Favorite TV show. You guys get the idea here. So now I could either double click on favorite TV show and write it, or if I'm feeling real fancy, I can grab an image of my favorite TV show here, save it, and then insert it into the slideshow. Favorite mindless activity, Pokemon Go. Favorite spot in my home, I can take a picture of that and insert that picture. Favorite song, let's go here to YouTube, and let's go with All Star by Smash Mouth, mostly because I think that's very funny. But then in order to link to my favorite song, Control K. Now that's a direct link to Smash Mouth All Star. Right. And then you can go through. This is one of my favorite pages. This is my Emoji Story or picture story. So this is basically about your feelings. So the directions are an emoji, but I also captioned it below. So in case you had a hard time following, but the captions say, or the emojis say, please write a picture story about your feelings during the coronavirus time. Right. Hopefully that's clear. And then you can use this space to write your picture story. You can caption if you want, the way I did, or you can leave it all up to emoji. Describe my habitat, my home. How many rooms do you have access to, right? So you'd write total rooms. Do you have your own room or do you share? I share with my wife. You probably would share with your siblings. How many people per bathroom, right? And then you just go through and you write. Now, this right here is only in a 14-point font, so it's going to be kind of small on this big piece of paper here. So I'll up that there. And then if I'm feeling real fun, I might include a picture of my wife here. How many people per bathroom? You can take a picture of the bathroom if you want. Don't if it's dirty. Make sure your parents are happy with the photos you're taking around the house. Do you have access? Do you have access to a backyard? You can write that. And when was the last time you interacted with a person who does not live with you? Again, it's real small, so you can up the size to fit. Other life forms and habitat, right? Name, relationship, image, right? So I would absolutely put my wife, right? So Kim, wife, then I'd put a picture of her. Then I put my kids. I'd also put my dog, right? Because the dog is a life form in the habitat. Daily life. I wake up around. Games I play are. Things I do outside are. I get my food in my house I get my food by delivery a lot now, which is new for me. School. All right, what time do you start school? Is it different every day? How do you access your work? Are you using a district provided Chromebook, or do you prefer using your own iPad if you have it? Do you access on your parents' cell phone? I don't know. You tell me. Celebrations. Have you had any birthdays since the coronavirus has happened? Basically, how you celebrated and what you celebrated. Probably a lot to learn about here. And then finally, a letter to myself. All right, and pretend you're going to read this letter in 10 years. Write everything that's been important or memorable, or even not important and memorable, just the stuff that you would like to remember when you read this letter in 10 years. Think about how much older you'll be, what your life will be like then, and what might be important to you then as opposed to what might be important to you now. So, a letter to yourself. And that's basically how this all works. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm S. Benora, Bonora, at runamedeschools.org.